So here we are, we're now moving into our weathering stage. Now what you can see is after all the deckling, there is a lot of decals that are going on here, quite a few to put on there, but it does look rather cool. Now what we're going to do now is do some weathering, but as you can see I've already done some of the recessed panel lines, recessed rivets. I've already filled them in. I thought I'd move this thing along, so all you got to do, Genesis Models website, in the tutorial section you'll find about filling in panel lines, and if editing me will just show you a clip how to find it, you'll be able to find it as you can see. So just to move things along now, we're going to just jump into some weathering master, what is it, the Tamiya weathering masters. I like set C and B. These are available in the Genesis Models store, by the way. Now with these are quite cool. I find that they're a really nice easy way of doing some nice feathered in weathering. Right, we've got all sorts of colors here. The one I like is their orange rust. I know it's rust, but just because they call it rust doesn't mean anything, because really we're after this sort of kind of oily sort of color to it. And you also get these, they're like makeup brushes, right, and we just want to sort of just try and get some of this on a little makeup brush just here. If I just flip this upside down, actually it's probably a good idea to use some gloves, because you know, at this stage where you got the weathering on, it's quite easy to sort of like touch or smudge something. And when you do that, you can end up with all sorts of fingerprints and smudging away your work and stuff. I do recommend when it comes to gloves not to get the ones that have got talcum powder inside or some sort of powder in there. I know they're a bit easier to get on, right, but the problem is that that powder comes out on this side of the glove, and then you end up smudging all this white powder all over your model. I did that once before, never again. So with this on our little sort of makeup type brush, what we can do, any sort of areas where you'd think there'd be some sort of moving parts, right, so we can get a little makeup brush, and you know, we can just maybe do a couple of streaking passes just here, and as you can see you get this really cool sort of nice feathered in sort of a little bit of a streak, which is quite nice. It's not like a streaking effect where you have a nice sharp, but it's quite feathered. Also good to get out, say, a cotton wool bud, right, and it's quite easy because we've got this gloss coat on here. You know, as you can see I've just done that little streak, but we're sort of trying to indicate that it's coming from, see that sort of recessed panel line that we've got in there. So I'm just going to go off now and just sort of tidy that up by just rubbing out where it's just gone past that, so it sort of really does nicely indicate where it's actually coming from. We've got all sorts of colors here. In set B we have a darker rust if you want to sort of do some of a bit darker. We've also got like a gunmetal in here as well, which is kind of good for the exhaust area, but we've also got a soot in B, right, so we can I do like to sort of get this out. We'll get the soot, just rub it on here. Right, probably a good idea to kind of get some of these makeup brushes pretty damn cheap. You can get loads really cheap, because these do, because they've got like this foamy bit, you can see they do start to wear a little bit, but like here in and around sort of our exhaust area, we can sort of streak this across here also and just give it a bit of a black sooty sort of streaky look to that area. Don't go overboard, because you still want to see a natural metal finish. You know, we could probably do a little bit more than that actually, right, so I'll just rub some more of this on here. Might take a couple of passes, right, but we just sort of flick that on there as well. Where's my other brush gone? Also any sort of, you know, again, you know, it's even sort of like maybe, you know, your air brakes here, we can sort of get a nice sort of bit of streaking going on there, maybe a slight little bit of a leak, as you can see, really sort of nice and easy. I mean, some aircraft, I mean, probably, I don't think on this one they have really these big streaky bits. You can sort of really go to town on some of them, but that's a really nice, cool, easy sort of way, hopefully, as you can see, how you can get some it's so easy. This is what I love about these, you know. I know I'm going to show you in a bit how to do like proper streaking effects using enamels, but this is just so easy, but at the same time it gives you that nice feathered kind of a streak, which you know, I think is really good. It's a nice technique to learn.